999 mode activated.
Oh, you might like this one. Oh, let's have again.
When crisis strikes,
Right, is anybody breathing?
this is where we turn.
We've got a missing child.
Can you see any part of the baby yet?
Mine's about 50 metres away off the nap.
People don't call because everything's going hunky-dory.
Go, go, go.
It's our emergency services
We're going to kill somebody.
who see firsthand
Dickhead.
what Britain's really like.
A series of cars having raced. One of them has just stuck his thumb out of the window at 80 miles an hour.
And how it's changing.
Pay for the boys, pay for the boys.
Jesus. That's what he was holding.
68 previous.
You're going to love this one, Kat. It's an 84-year-old bleeding from his penis.
For the nation's ambulance, police and fire services, times have never been tougher.
The thin blue line gets weaker, and if you break that...
Get away from me, now!
Who's going to save your bacon?
She's Russian, but she's just lost consciousness. She's on MDMA.
But when it matters most,
Come on, stab!
theirs is still the number
Police emergency.
the nation relies on most.
Tell me exactly what happened.
1, 2, 3, 4. Keep going at that rhythm for me, okay?
Any allergies at all?
Yeah, police.
I'm just scared about her.
Yeah, I know you're scared. You're doing really well.
Is there anything else you need from us?
I'm so apologetic.
You've nothing to apologise for, honestly.
We just want to report boy racers wheel spinning and revving their engines, being idiots, basically.
The young men of Wiltshire
Stop. Through a red light,
love their cars.
You're the second car we've stopped in the last hour because you just draw attention to yourselves.
But not everyone is quite so keen.
The car is completely screwed. It's definitely a write-off.
Do you want a ticket?
Ticket for what?
For driving on a pavement?
And in the past year, dangerous incidents on the county's roads
You won't be driving that again.
are up almost 75%.
There are people that use our town like a racetrack.
I know
They will do as they see fit until they're reined in.
Police emergency.
Hi, I'm driving on the M4 and there's a series of cars having races with each other down the motorway. Then one of them has just stuck his thumb out of the window at 80 miles an hour from the passenger seat.
Every year in Wiltshire, another 7,000 young people pass their tests and head out onto the county's roads.
Sorry, I'm only laughing at his bum. I mean, it's just ridiculous.
That's all right.
And whilst it's hilarious and everything else, they're not driving very safely, and I've got young children in the car.
It's a rite of passage that the call handlers in the county's police control room are all too familiar with.
I think it's part of a young guy's journey, their path that they've got to take. They've got to have a certain car that's got a, tacky spoiler, whatever you like on it. They've got to make it a bit noisy and drive it like a bit of a wally. Are they displaying any erratic driving as well as sort of speeding?
Only driving down a hard shoulder, overtaking, undertaking.
That sounds rather quite dangerous if they're going down the hard shoulder and so forth as well. Hello, police emergency.
Pretty much every night they're going to be racing around and they're going to be generally causing a nuisance to the public.
There's a car does wheel spins around the roundabout and then it screeches off to see it.
Those Fast and Furious films have got a lot to answer for. I think when they started to come out, more so these buoyed up cars started to come out.
There's another one. Do you hear it?
That's another car that's just turned up, is
It's got no lights on.
The problem is, some lads and girls, don't get me wrong, think that they can drive like that as well, but they can't.
Good morning, Wiltshire Police. How can I help?
Yeah, you've got a gang of youths in a little burgundy car with rimmers hanging off, driving erratically. They're overtaking everybody on the 30 mile an hour.
It's just after 10 on Sunday morning.
Okay, have you got a registration there?
I haven't. They went round so... I mean, I was looking in my mirror and I couldn't believe I see them overtaking cars. And I thought, you've got to be joking, haven't you?
What we do see with young drivers predominantly is just a complete inability almost to consider consequences.
And then they stop past me on nearly two wheels and they're acting really stupid.
That invincibility is the most dangerous thing as a driver, I think, far beyond a lack of experience. It's that cockiness.
The car sounds terrible. It sounds like, do you know, like when you get an exhaust on and really got a blow on it?
Yeah.
It sounded like that.
Local crime investigator Katie Baker and PC Nick Finning are dispatched to Penhill Estate in search of the recklessly driven vehicle.
It's a brown Citroen, Saxo, been notified off the road.
Is it now?
They are a problem for us, and they are quite dangerous, driving around at speed, using public roads with other road users.
Brown car.
Making a hell of a noise.
I am a bit surprised by how brazen some of them are, and how they'll be out in broad daylight.
Ah, there it is. I know it. QJ Whiskey 45. It's actually made off, but I recognise the driver. It has sped off. It's not safe to follow it. I'm not pursuit trained anyway. It'll be a pool car.
A pool car would basically be a car that's been purchased, normally for £200 or less. It won't be registered to anyone. It won't be insured. There won't be an MOT. There won't be anyone looking after its upkeep. It's untraceable, and that vehicle is shared out amongst a group of people. You don't know who's going to be driving at any particular time.
They'll just make off every time and then run away from the car.
Very often they're doing it for the thrill of driving. I can't mount pavements and grass at that time of day in such a busy area. It's not something I want to do, and it's not something I'm allowed to do. They're going to take advantage of that anytime they can.
There's no way anyone would authorise a pursuit on this estate. People walking their dogs at this time of morning.
It's 10 o'clock on Thursday evening.
Silly people. Right. Right, we can go then, can't we?
In the suburbs of Swindon, the police have closed a road in order to recover a vehicle.
Is he really doing that? No. No. Mate, what are you doing? What are you playing at?
I'm going home, mate.
I'll have a chat with him, madam. Wait, what are you doing?
I'm getting home, mate.
No, the road's blocked temporarily because we're trying to recover a vehicle.
There's no sign thing.
What do you mean there's no sign? Do you want a ticket?
Ticket for what?
For driving on the pavement.
I'm not driving.
Right, pull up, you're getting a ticket.
I'm getting,
Pull up.
Never mind getting a ticket.
Pull up. Got a ticket book on you?
It's quite obvious that a road's closed. Police are there, high visibility, and then this buffoon comes around the corner who thinks he's a law unto himself and can do what he wants.
Pull up there if you want.
Yeah, piss off, mate.
Don't tell me to piss off because you get yourself nicked.
I'm driving. I'm not talking to you.
Yeah, go on, don't talk to me. That's all right.
People behave a lot differently in cars. They feel a lot more confident when they're in the car.
Whoa. You're not driving off. You're not driving up.
If you're walking down the road and someone walks past you, you don't get frustrated and flick them the birdie because they've walked in your way. If you're driving along in a car, you see it all the time.
Open the window. Open the window. You look right, I don't know, mate.
He's not left, he's not left, he's not left.
Stop. That's him up there.
Was it?
Yeah.
Definitely?
I don't know who you think you are. Do you obviously think you're better than the law?
What do you mean better than the law?
Yeah, at this moment in time, you're under arrest for failing to stop for police.
You never told me to stop.
Do not have to say anything, but I may harm defence. Do not mention one question, so to me harm.
Get off me, mate. You never told me to stop.
Later on in court, anything you do say may be given evidence. Right.
You never told me to stop.
Told you to stop.
Get off.
In the back of the
What
car,
do you mean
please.
I don't want to be
Under arrest
recorded.
at the minute. So let's sit in the car and let's see if we can de-arrest you in a minute when you've changed your attitude a little bit, can't we?
I think people get into a car and their mindset is, I can do what I want.
What's your name?
What do you mean my name?
What's your name?
What do you know my name for?
Listen to me.
I'm not arguing
Right?
with you, mate.
I want to deal with this like an adult on the side of the road.
not done
If you want to be stupid about it, I'll take you to a police station. It'll take me 10, 12 hours to interview you, deal with it, etc., and do what I need to do. You are doing something wrong. You was asked to stop by the police and you drove off.
it is more often than not men. They think that they're on top of the world and they feel invincible. They feel like they own the road.
So I'm going to verify who you are, make sure you've got a licence. If you calm down, give you a ticket and that'll be the end of the matter.
Ticket for what?
For driving on pavement.
I ain't taking no ticket, man.
It wasn't the offence of the century. It was just something silly where someone needed to be spoken to, and all they had to do is just hold their hands up and apologise. That's all it takes.
What's the ticket for, can I ask?
Driving on the footway.
And what is it?
It's a £50 fine, no points. I could consider careless driving, because it is a careless act, which is £100 and 3 points, but I don't like to give people penalty points on their licence unless I really feel I have to.
It's the extension of their ego.
Cheers, have a nice night.
I'm not talking to you, mate. You go now, man. No interest.
Thank you.
I'm not going to say penis extension.
That has got to be bell end of the month. He's earned it, if not.
Good morning, how can I help?
Hiya, we just want to report boy racers sat just outside Cartwright, and they're all in the car park.
What, can you see them at all? Or?
We can hear them.
Over the last few years in Wiltshire, there has been a resurgence in meetings of large groups of car enthusiasts.
Wheels spinning, they're revving their engines, they're just, being idiots, basically.
Here's a garage up the road that's quite a meeting place at night. Kids with their cars revving the engines with their woofers and tweeters, and I don't mean dogs and birds in the back of their car. They're a noise nuisance.
How many vehicles do you think it is?
14 and 2 vans.
Goodness.
Yeah, probably the 5th or 6th time we've reported it. No, I know it's not top priority.
Well, it's something we want to get on top of, but whether we've got the resources in the area at the time's another thing.
They love their vehicle. The faster the engine, the shinier the alloys, the louder the exhaust. They stand out above all their peers. And maybe the 2 fingers up to the law enforcement.
Police emergency.
I'd like to report some noise coming from the station road car park. Dickheads, basically. There's one particularly backfires a lot.
Generally being antisocial then.
They're displaying like a peacock. Unfortunately, they ruffle other people's feathers.
I think it's quite clear they're pissing about, isn't it?
It's the early hours of Friday morning. PC's Alex Pavlovsky and Joe Tompkinson
No, just that car's driving like a twat.
have spotted a souped-up BMW performing a power slide around a roundabout.
So he just swung the back end out, the rear-wheel drive. Back end out again with the BM.
Do you know, you're the second car we've stopped in the last hour or so because you just draw attention to yourselves. And luckily for you, you've got a bald tyre.
2 bald tyres.
They are booked in tomorrow to get done with tyres.
It doesn't matter, mate. Your car shouldn't even be on the road, let alone being driven like that. Do you want to come and take a sit with me? You're going to get a ticket. So I'm not going to see you drive like that with 2 bald tyres.
This is going to fuck me over so much for that bolt tyre, really is.
Right, you've got 8 points, so that's why you're eager not to get a ticket for your tyres.
Literally, I wouldn't ask for anything else, mate, but I cannot have points on my licence due to my truck. Like, it's going to fuck me over so much, man.
The way I look at this, I'm doing my bit, giving you 1 ticket. I could give you 2 tickets, which will give you 6 points.
I know,
that'll put you
I
over.
really appreciate it if you just...
No, I can't. I don't know what sort of a copper I'd be. You sidestepped that car twice, we saw you do it.
I was just testing the water. I bought myself a cheap BMW. Spent thousands of pounds on that. Literally a money pit. Exhausts that come out the factory have got restrictions. You know, the size of them restricts the engine power. So if you put a bigger exhaust on it, you're making it go better. I've only had it a couple of months now, and I wanted to see how it would go and how far it would go wrong, if you know what I mean.
All of this is evidence of further careless driving, the fact that you're pushing the car. If you want to do that sort of thing...
I'm not pushing the car, but...
Well, you've just said you were.
Well, what my colleague's saying is this is no place to be testing your vehicle to the limit.
Coming into a corner, You get the car completely sideways and then you just slide around the corner. You're in control, but the car's out of control, if you know what I mean.
You two have both done silly things on the road. Come on, guys.
Grant, let me tell you that I have not ever, on any occasion, whether in a police car or my own car, been doing power slides around roundabouts.
I see myself as quite a safe driver. It was only because of my skill level which saved me probably hitting the curb or ending up in the middle of the roundabout.
Some of us take them to track days, bud, don't we? And some of us do silly things on the road.
I was just unfortunate a policeman was watching.
There's no other way around this. Like, there's no other.
I'm not completely heartless. I understand the implications for you, but that is the best I can offer you, bud, I'm afraid.
How much is it?
£100 fine.
Oh my God.
And 3 points. You need to slow down and not drive like that. If you want to drive like that, go to a racetrack. Not here.
To be fair, I usually do.
All right.
Cheers, guys.
Quite a nice chap, wasn't he? Just drives like a bit of a bow whacker.
It's not just dangerous antics like power slides.
Police emergency.
Wiltshire police are seeing an even more troubling new trend.
Police emergency, can I help?
Police emergency.
Hello there. There's a lot of car activity going on, like racing or something. I don't know what's going on.
Is this ongoing at the moment, is it?
Yeah, there's like loads of cars racing around the village. I don't know, probably 10, 15 cars I've seen.
They all appear to be racing.
They're not together, but they're like, intervals, if you know what I mean. Like, they're probably 2 or 3 minutes apart.
We're going to get someone out there now to try and locate them and find out what's going on for you.
Okay.
Quiet. All right.
Right.
Lovely. Thank you very much for your call, though.
Right, bye.
Thank you. Bye-bye. They are quite a distance apart, but I have a feeling they're probably time trials, and that's why, because they seem to be passing at regular intervals, my caller said.
It's an Audi A3, it's black, current speed, 90 miles an hour.
All available units are dispatched in pursuit of the speeding Audi.
Andy, confirm you're coming towards Swindon.
Yeah, confirmed, stand by. Approaching the traffic light, current speed, 60 miles an hour on the 30. Straight through the red light, stand by.
There are people that use our town like a racetrack. And in the last 18 months or so, I've been directly involved in 16 pursuits, which is unheard of.
The left, towards Swindon. First exit, current speed, excess 50, 200 metres of distance.
I've seen some sheer lunacy on social media of showing your speedometer when you're driving along in your car at the high hundreds of miles per hour.
Was last seen 10 cent run towards Asda.
1892,
where exactly did you get this one at?
We are taught to drive at speed, at excessive speed, and there is an element of excitement to this, and I think we'd be lying if we said otherwise. But actually what comes over you is this sense of responsibility. If this goes horribly wrong, then it is very much my neck on the line.
Brake, Indigo, QJ2343, vehicle Piper's Way.
You're assessing risk all the time.
Medium at this time, it is safe to continue.
And risk is a very, very difficult, very subjective thing to assess. And risk can alter in a heartbeat.
Straight on, off at two towards Marlborough Road, excess speed. I am being massively out-horsepowered.
With the driver of the Audi taking increasing risks.
Reference to the black Audi A3, which is not authorised any further.
Police control decides it's too dangerous to continue the pursuit.
The vehicle is cited again, is focused QJ to seek authorisation and QJ out.
For me, there's always that frustration when we end up without the arrest at the end of a pursuit.
There's now a blanket cover-all ban on pursuing this car. We will not pursue it.
I'm not suggesting for a second that we throw safety out the window. Safety should always be of paramount importance to us. But actually what you've got here is a perfect example of how our procedures and our own risk aversion, if you like, just flies completely in the face of justice.
No, indeed, just frustrating. Catch you later.
All right, mate, see you in a bit.
They will do as they see fit until they're reined in. and they completely fail to realise the damage they can cause to other people's lives.
Just off the A361,
Because you've been involved in a road traffic collision, I require you to provide me with a sample of breath.
officers are dealing with a male driver at the other end of the age spectrum.
So he's the one that's driven off and caused the damage?
No, he says he has exchanged details.
He says he has he?
Yeah.
He's been involved in a minor prank.
Because, yeah, he's got damage there, hasn't he? So what's your name?
Gordon.
Gordon? How old are you, please?
48. I always say it backwards, it makes me feel better.
84, okay.
I was going to see my sister, and it normally takes about 20 minutes. I'm lost actually, I don't know where I am.
I know. Right, we'll get you home. I've got your details. We're just making sure that the other party's happy that we've exchanged details.
Yes. This man and woman came around the bend so fast, and they had room to pass me, but they didn't. They just bloody done the damage. It shook me up.
Gordon, you're a bit lost, aren't you? So if you follow me, and we'll get you out of Wiltshire and get you to the bypass that goes into Bath. If you stay behind me, okay?
Okay, but I can only go slow.
Right, okay. I'm not going to be going whizzing off or anything like that.
There's a lot of fast drivers these days, no?
Some of them do. Yeah, especially a lot of the youngsters. The young boy bloody racers. The buggers.
Just wait there. Go, Gordon. But he was on the opposite side of the road. Right. Gordon, come on. I'm doing 15 miles an hour.
Tell me about when you passed your test.
Well, I can't remember. It was in the army. Oh, that was in the early 50s. 1953, something like that. I was about 19, I think.
We're currently doing 20 miles an hour in a 40.
I was always one who liked to keep the speed limits.
You know, there's a thing about being a bit of a nuisance going under the speed limit. I might have to do you for that.
My car used to get me from A to B, and that used to make me happy.
Are you okay?
Yeah, just about. It's making a noise, you know.
It's making a noise, is
The
it?
engine, yeah.
Okay, we're doing 20 and a 50. We're holding up the traffic, so what's going to happen is my sergeant is going to drive you into Bath, okay?
He's going to sit with me, is he?
Yeah, no, he's going to drive.
Like what?
Drive your car.
Right, okay, I'll sort him out.
All right, thanks. Is there something wrong?
He's got a huge lump on the front tyre and he's knocked a wheel.
Okay. Right, Gordon, have you got recovery?
Is it not bad?
Yeah, it's going to be undrivable, I'm afraid.
It cost me a new wing, repairs to my axle, cost me a new door mirror, and it cost me a new seat. But I got a second-hand seat.
Festfield, and then drive. Yeah.
It cost me £1,095 altogether. But I didn't claim, I paid for it. Like an idiot. It's a bit of a nuisance for you.
Well, not really. You're 84 years old, aren't you, Gordon? We need to get you home. We're not going to leave you at the side of the road, are we?
48 if you want.
Oh, okay, sorry, 48.
Police emergency.
I've been woken up by noise in our street, and I can see two people with hoodies on lurking around between vehicles. They're fiddling around with something. I can see them banging, trying to get in.
The obsession of some of the county's young men with cars and speed is having other implications too.
Are they close to your address where you see them at the moment?
Yes, about 2 or 3 vehicles away.
What I'll do, I'll just get them to. I'll get an officer on the way.
After falling steadily for over a decade, the number of joyriders is on the up again.
Police emergency.
Oh, hello. There's somebody trying to break into a car outside our house.
What we're actually seeing is the 90s playing out again with actually similar crime types, similar issues with cars being stolen.
Police emergency.
Yeah, I just got two guys had tried to nick a car, I think, and I tried chasing them when they crashed it, and then I was chasing them out. The car crashed into the wall at a house down there.
Into the wall of a house?
Yeah, into the side wall of a house, I think.
Okay.
Oh, and they burgled the house as well.
Back in the 90s, it used to be an old tech car that would be easy to hot hire, but now, as security and the technology evolves, we find that people's criminality evolves with it.
Is that the house that they've crashed into?
No. I think we've worked out where they're taking the car from.
We live in times now, I think, where they will burgle somebody's house to steal a set of car keys, deliberately to take the car.
The keys are in the car, so quite possibly they've nicked the car from the house.
And an alarming number of people leave their keys in the vicinity of the front door.
It's 4:10 on Saturday morning.
Police emergency.
I just woke up to see our son, and there was a loud bang, and I looked out the window, and someone's knocked over a lamppost, and so it's lying in the middle of the road now. As I looked out the window, a car fired off down the road.
So the car is gone?
Yeah, the car's gone, it's shot out the road.
The majority of our cars being stolen in Swindon, I think, are, frankly, stolen for people's leisure. I think people honestly find it entertaining to steal somebody's car off the drive and go joyriding in it.
One right in front of me, 1801, it's in the left-hand lane.
John, what's the location? Which way are you coming from? I'm on Trivenham Road.
Clever way, just going up to Magic now.
The joyriders abandon their vehicle and make off on foot.
Vehicle crashed into a barrier and decamp.
Yeah, someone's got eyes on the people that have decamped over. No, negative.
Sergeant Megan Kenzie
Three lads.
Straight on?
Yeah, straight on.
and PC Emily Grigger have been tasked with trying to cut off the suspects on the other side of the park.
Dump me here. Oh my God, it's freezing. That's the decamped car there. Yeah, QJ, for all units, the vehicle is right in the middle of St Mark's Park. Towards Penhill from here is going to be the direction of travel. The car is completely screwed. It's definitely a write-off. That damage was caused when he smashed into the lamppost.
The driver's seat is very, very far forward. My thoughts would be they're going to be very short, probably about 5 foot, 5'3".
Little shit asses.
There's a lad in Swindon that used to have to boost himself in the driver's seat of a car because he was too small and couldn't see over the steering wheel. Joyriding around the town, which is just incredible to think about. At that age, I think I was handing out Pokemon cards at school or something equally as daft.
There's nothing for forensics at all other than the keys. You just think they'd leave something if they're in that much of a rush, but they clearly haven't.
How old was he?
I don't know. He's definitely in his young teens. I want to say 14.
Oh, right, so here are the tyres. Okie dokie.
Was he arrested?
Yeah, lots.
It's shortly after midnight on Friday morning.
Good morning, how can I help?
Hi, I'm calling from Cecil Camp, petrol station.
Yeah.
I just had the driver float 2 minutes ago.
How much fuel was taken?
£34, 2p.
What sort of vehicle was it?
I think it's a Citroen.
Yeah.
It's a red one.
The vehicle is picked up on Cranmore Avenue.
Speed 50. Through a red light. Speed increased to 60 miles an hour. Wrong way around the roundabout. You can give authorisation for tactical contact, please.
Some people try and play the system. They will push it to the maximum in hope that we will back down.
Yeah, he's just trying to drive through the speed bumps, narrowly missing vehicles.
They will
do things, which I'm not going to disclose, to try and alter the risk so it's as high as it can be to try and make a stop.
Speed 60 miles an hour, he's on the wrong side of the road. Left into Courtney Road, swerving in the road, left onto the road. Yeah, we've got it. Well bent close, well bent close. One running. Cut it out, bud.
The male arrested for driving the stolen vehicle is just 14 years old.
I'm the custody sergeant on duty tonight. Okay, part of my job is to make sure that when people have been arrested and brought to the police station, they're here legally and lawfully. So this officer here is going to explain to me the reasons for your arrest.
We're transporting an arrest on behalf of Tri-Force. They have seen a small red vehicle make off across the Buckhurst field. They've engaged in a pursuit. Mr. was detained as the driver of that vehicle and was arrested for dangerous driving, aggravated talk, no insurance, and driving otherwise in accordance with the licence.
We see a lot of the same faces for the same offences in custody. We do get a lot of the same people for car-related offences. They tend to be, I'd say, in the early to late teens.
Yeah, I've listened to what the officers had to say, alright, and I'm satisfied that the grounds for your arrest are legal. Right, so I'm going to authorise your detention here.
What's their attitude when they come in?
Generally, they don't care. It's almost like it's just been a bit of a laugh with their mates.
So I'm going to authorise this officer to search you.
The fun for them is finding a vehicle they like, taking it and going off on a drive with it. They have no intention of keeping it. They just want to drive around until they wrecked it. You reach a certain age and it's expected. You take a driving test, you pass a test, and you get a car. That's how it works. For some, they just don't want to wait that long.
Follow me, mate.
Okay, this interview is being tape recorded and may be given evidence if your case is brought to court. I'm going to show you some CCTV. Why are you putting your head on the table now?
Because I don't want to watch it.
I will show you because I think it will show you how dangerous that vehicle was being driven.
Up or across the grass, it's going to cross the fields.
On the screen it's showing from the police vehicle that your car has just gone and driven across the field at 27, 28, 31, 33 miles per hour. Would you say that that was a play area?
No comment.
For the play park?
No comment.
Would you say it was used by members of the public?
No comment.
Young children?
No comment.
I can't tell whether it's that they know about the risks and they don't care.
Do you know what side of the road that you have to drive on?
No comment.
Is that no comment because you don't know?
No comment.
Or that they just have no idea what their risks they're putting themselves in and others. And if it was an innocent member of the public they hurt, would they care? I don't know.
On the wrong side of the road. Wrong side of the road.
What's the parents' reaction mostly?
Quite often there's never really any sort of punishment from the family side of things.
What about roundabouts? Which way do you go round them?
No comment.
You know, I'll get the mums or the dads down the phone and say, no, I'm not interested. They've got better things to do.
Do you think it was safe the way you were driving?
No comment.
At 14, you've had no lessons because you can't and you aren't allowed. You're not old enough to drive. You don't have a licence. You don't have insurance. You don't have the skill to drive in those areas at that speed. None of us do, because that's why we have limits. Thank goodness the officers were there to stop you, because looking at that, you were going to be killing someone. Are you ashamed of what you've done?
Yeah.
Swindon in the county of Wiltshire. He drove a mechanically powered vehicle dangerously on numerous roads, one avenue, to name but a few. Any reply to that charge?
Mm-hmm.
The frustration, from my point of view, is when the 14-year-old, for example, comes in and they say, yeah, we'll take your licence off you. Well, they're 14. They don't care what happens when they're 17. To them, that's years and years and years away. It's a lifetime away.
Swindon and the County of Wiltshire, knowing that payment on the spot for goods supplied, namely fuel, was required or expected from you, dishonestly made off without having paid as required or expected and with intent to avoid payment of £34.02. Can you reply to that charge?
And then they keep offending and keep doing it. So the offences all stack up against them. So they end up getting charged with no licence, no insurance, TWOC, taken without consent.
Trouble is, at the moment now, we seem to be reoffending them, not doing it. Just cop them on.
Because they think, I'm not going to get a licence now, so what's the point in stopping it? I might as well just carry on as I am.
Because obviously it's quite serious offences, isn't it? You want to stay out of prison rather than go in it. Right, if you walk around there...
There's a kind officer on the end of there to give you a lift in. Oh man, look after yourself, okay?
Police emergency, can I help?
Hi there, yeah, we've just been in a traffic collision and he went into the back. I'm in Salisbury, I'm on London Road, I'm by the crematorium.
Are you alright?
I'm fine and I've got a witness, so I should be alright. He's here as well, he's not going anywhere. He's very upset though, so yeah.
In the past 6 years, the number of police traffic officers on Wiltshire's roads has fallen by almost 65%.
Police emergency?
Oh, yeah, there's a 3-car fire alert on Penhill Drive.
3 vehicles, yeah?
Yeah.
Does it appear anyone's hurt, or not really sure?
No, there was one guy that was getting out of his car.
Over the same period, road traffic collisions have risen by almost a third.
And none of them have their hazards on or anything like that, no?
No.
I've seen too many accidents, I've heard too many accidents and dealt with too many accidents.
I would like to report an accident at the High Post Hotel.
How many involved? How many cars?
By the looks of it, it's 2 cars, a BMW and a silver Mercedes.
I've dealt with several fatalities, horrendous ones, and you get to see the aftermath and the destruction it leaves behind.
Okay, at the High Post, you say, yeah? High Post Hotel?
Yeah.
Just trying to find it now on my system. Bear with me 1 minute, because we've got loads of RTCs in the Salisbury area at the moment. I'm not sure what's going on tonight.
Somebody's life that they've had planned out, it's all stopped, all gone, in a heartbeat.
It's 10:25 on Friday evening.
Police emergency?
Someone just skidded out of control and smashed their vehicle up. It's wrapped itself around a tree.
Okay.
It's like a really big... Oh, yeah.
Did you see the car crash?
Yeah, and the car just spun.
So
the tree
you
and just wrapped
witnessed...
itself. Yeah, I think they might have come out of junction, lost control, hit the curb, it's hit the tree at some pace.
Right, okay, so you've got people trapped. Coming out on blue lights and sirens, all right. We're contacting ambulance and fire as well.
Carvey Tree, West Ashton Road.
PC Steve Edwards is sent to join other units, fire and ambulance crews who've been scrambled to the scene of the crash.
How many people are in the vehicle?
3.
3 people in the vehicle. Are they all trapped?
Yeah, all moaning, not moving much.
Right, is anybody breathing? Are they all breathing? Can you find out if they're all breathing for me?
No, none of them's really talking.
None of them are talking.
Groaning. No. I hear some sirens now, so I believe that's one of them.
Can you make yourself known? Is there any serious bleeding?
Yeah, one's got a massive cut above his left eye. The other one's got a cut face. One with a trap leg. Yeah, and one's out limping.
Hello, guys. Got air ambulance just landing. This gentleman involved as well, has he got a couple of guts? He was in the car as well. He was in the car. Yeah, let's get him sat down. Let's get you sat down a second, mate. Stay where you are at the moment. You've had a nasty smash.
I'm out in the car, you know. I'm not as serious.
Were you sitting on the left or right?
No, left of the car, mate. Left where it hit the tree.
What's the driver's name, mate? So I know everyone who was in the car.
I don't actually know his name, mate. We call him Para. I tried, mate, to get him out. I just had to climb out. I was the only one that could. You know.
They put them what's called mechanically trapped, so they're going to be cut out. They'll have to cut the roof off and get them out. So what's your name, sorry?
Shelley.
Shelley, I'm Steve. Is it partner, husband?
My husband.
Nice one. I don't want to talk to him, he's got all the fire officers around him.
Is he awake? Is he okay?
He's awake. He's
Is he
awake.
okay?
He's awake. But they're conscious, they're okay, but they have to be cut out. It's our driver.
I don't know what I done, what went wrong. Obviously something went wrong and we hit the tree. I don't know what happened.
Hang on. You won't be driving that again?
Can you remember anything?
No. If you get a bit of open road and that, there's a tendency to get up to speed as quick as you can, safely. But that night, like I said, I really cannot remember.
23-year-old lad in his passenger seat. The intrusion into that cabin from that side is incredible. How it's hit his ankles and legs. It's just, his seat is just completely twisted in. Horrible. We're emergency service personnel, so our first and foremost priority is to preserve life, keep people alive and keep people safe. But we're also investigators as well.
A witness said that he lost it there on the wet ground. It hit, slammed in sideways onto the tree, and then it just turned.
From the independent witnesses, people who were nearby, describe this almighty bang.
I can't see any of the way it's ended up like that. It's actually spun that way around the tree. Yeah. Bizarre.
This is a straight, well-lit, 30-mile-an-hour limit road. Yeah, people's houses are metres away from the road. You know, you see the state of the car. This isn't something that's happened at 30 miles an hour. This has been faster.
Sarge, look at this. Maybe standard, but that's interesting. That's
Blimey. It was a Volvo 940 estate. But when you open the bonnet, I've made a different style manifold for more power. It had a really big turbo compared to standard. A TD06 20G, a 3-inch exhaust. Because we had such a big turbo on a little car, it is literally like you getting pushed. Like you stood there and then someone's shoving you. They just go.
Yeah, everyone's out. They're all being treated. But like,
Is there any personal possessions left?
They're still breathing, they're both alright.
They're okay. They're breathing.
I incurred breaks in my leg. Was hospitalised for 6 days with surgery. I was bedbound for the first almost month, not been able to move. Unable to work for 3 months. It's stressful and it's upsetting.
Would you get in a modified car with Parrot again?
Yeah, I mean, it's obviously an awkward question to ask because it's not, you know, it's not like I've got anything against or anything, but it's, do you know what I mean? It's, I feel uncomfortable when I get in anyone else's car, you know? I prefer driving my car to anyone else.
I think some of it as well was what we probably got away with in the past, near misses and stuff like that. Yeah, it's once it all come true in that accident, I think we're never going to forget it.
Went to see Alex in hospital the next day and that. Obviously he was hurting, done a bit of damage to his leg from it. But he was all cool about it. It is a risk we take getting into anyone's car, even a bus, a train. There is risks involved. Do you think you'll ever grow out of loving cars? I hope not. I wouldn't want to go fishing.
The following day, the pool car was seized and the male driver apprehended.
QJ Whiskey 45. No, is he really doing that?
The man seen driving on the pavement
Do you want a ticket? Ticket for what?
paid his £50 fine.
Right, you've got 8 points, so that's why you're eager not to get a ticket.
Grant has managed to avoid adding any more points to his licence.
You sidestepped that car twice, we saw you do it.
I was just testing the water.
And now practices his power slides at the racetrack.
Current speed, 80 miles an hour.
The driver of the Audi A3
I'm being massively out-horsepowered.
was never identified.
The horse racing further.
And neither were the Joyriders who ditched the stolen Kia in the park.
Little shit asses.
Left into Courtney Road, narrowly missing the vehicle.
The 14-year-old involved in the high-speed chase will be disqualified from driving for 12 months once he passes his test. And he was made to pay the £34.02 owed to the petrol station.
It's our driver.
No further action was taken against Parrott, the driver of the Volvo that crashed into a tree.
23-year-old lad in this passenger seat.
He has not had any further accidents since. And after 65 years, Gordon has decided his driving days are now behind him.
I gave up because I just didn't feel confident anymore, and I want to be fair on the public as well as myself. So I think I've done the right thing.